All right. Hey, everyone. Ready to jump into another deep dive.
Let's do it.
Today, we're looking at ServiceNow, ticker symbol NOOW, to see if it's maybe a good investment or not.
Right?
We want to help you figure out if this cloud computing giant is worth your hard-earned cash.
Yep.
So to give you a little background before we really get into it, ServiceNow is all about helping businesses, all different kinds of businesses, work smarter,
Mm,
not harder, right?
yeah.
And they have this platform called the Now platform,
That's right. The Now platform.
which I guess you could kind of think of it like a one-stop shop, right?
Yeah, exactly. A one-stop
For just
and
making everything work smoothly.
streamlining everything, all those workflows, from your IT department to HR, all that stuff, all powered by AI.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of people think of AI as this like, uh, well, I don't know. It seems like sometimes people think it's going to take over the world
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But really, it's just a tool to help us be more efficient, right?
Absolutely.
Just like any other tool.
That's a great way to think about it.
So, okay, so they're making things more efficient for businesses, but like, how are they doing? I mean, are they making money?
Well, so they just released their Q4 2024 earnings report, and
Yeah.
I think investors are pretty excited about it.
Really?
Yeah, they blew past expectations for their subscription revenue.
Yeah.
And their remaining performance obligation, RPO, is looking really strong.
Wait, what is RPO?
Oh, yeah, sorry, RPO. Think of it like a backlog, but it's guaranteed future revenue.
Okay, got it.
So a really healthy RPO means they've got a lot of business lined up for the future. And
Future's looking bright.
exactly. And they're on track to hit something like $30 billion in revenue.
It's 30 billion.
30 billion.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of money.
Mhm.
But the stock market is all about future potential, right?
Right, yeah.
So, like, what's got ServiceNow positioned for, even more growth?
Well, one of their biggest focuses right now is AI, and it seems like it's really paying off for them.
Okay, so how is their AI working out for them?
So they've got this feature called Now Assist. It's basically like an AI assistant for businesses.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, and get this, their Now Assist deal growth was 150% quarter over quarter.
150%. That's massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mm.
To put that in perspective, that's like a tiny little sapling.
Yeah.
And in just 3 months, it turns into this giant oak tree.
Oh, wow, I get it.
It's phenomenal growth.
So they're clearly doing something right with AI, but like everyone's jumping on the AI bandwagon these days.
True.
So what makes ServiceNow different? Why are they succeeding where maybe others aren't?
Well, their approach is different. They're not just offering a bunch of separate AI solutions. They're taking this unified platform approach. They're baking AI right into the core of their platform.
Okay, so it's like everything works together seamlessly.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine, instead of having all these different systems that don't talk to each other,
Right.
it's all integrated. It's like having one brain controlling all the functions of your business.
Got it. Yeah, it's all connected.
Much more efficient, much more streamlined.
So if I'm understanding this right, they're building this central hub where businesses can manage, well, pretty much everything, which I guess makes them pretty sticky, right?
Yes, definitely.
Like once you're plugged into their ecosystem, it would be a nightmare to unplug and go somewhere else.
Exactly.
And this is where we hear about that wide economic moat everyone's talking about, right?
Yeah, that's a key part of their advantage.
But can you explain that for those of us who, don't speak fluent business jargon?
Of course. So picture a castle, right, surrounded by this wide, deep moat.
Okay.
Pretty hard for enemies to attack, right? Well, in business, a moat is a company's competitive advantage.
Got it.
The things that protect it from rivals. Now, ServiceNow's moat is considered really wide. Why? Because it's really expensive and difficult for their customers to switch to a different platform.
Yeah.
They've got all their critical business processes running on ServiceNow.
Uh-huh.
Trying to move all that to a competitor would be a huge headache. Not to mention expensive and risky.
So it's like once you're in, you're in.
Pretty much.
So, okay. So far, it sounds pretty good, right?
Great.
I mean, we've got this company with awesome financials, a really smart AI strategy, and a moat that would make any medieval king jealous.
Yeah, it's a pretty compelling story.
Sounds like a good investment.
Right. Well, hold on a sec. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's see what the analysts have to say.
Oh, right. Yeah. What do the experts think?
They've got their fingers on the pulse of the market, and their opinions can give us some valuable insights.
All right, well, let's dive into those analyst opinions then.
Sounds good to me. Now remember, analyst opinions are all over the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Some are super bullish on ServiceNow. Like they're predicting the stock could go as high as $1,175.
Wow. $1,175. That's pretty optimistic.
It is, but then you have others who are a bit more cautious.
Okay, makes sense. Who's being cautious about ServiceNow?
Well, KeyBank, for example, they actually recently downgraded the stock.
Oh, wow, a downgrade. That's not good. What are they worried about?
Well, they're concerned about ServiceNow's ability to stay on top in the AI game.
Yeah.
Can they keep innovating, keep that impressive growth going? They're not so sure.
So not all sunshine and rainbows then.
Right, exactly. Every investment has risks.
Right. Of course.
And I think one of the big concerns with ServiceNow is that their whole plan is really riding on AI being widely adopted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What if businesses don't jump on the AI bandwagon as quickly as they're hoping?
Yeah, that's a good point. What about this new hybrid model they're rolling out?
Oh, yeah, the hybrid consumption subscription thing?
Yeah, that seems pretty different from what they've done in the past. Could that be a problem?
Yeah, it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
So traditionally, they've been all about subscription fees, right?
Right.
But this new model lets customers pay based on how much they actually use the platform.
Okay, interesting. Like a pay-as-you-go kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bold move, but it's hard to say how it'll impact their revenue long term.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble, I guess.
It is. And some analysts are worried that this whole AI thing could actually end up hurting their existing subscription business.
How so?
Well, think about it. If companies can automate more tasks with AI, they might need fewer user licenses.
Oh, right, because they're replacing people with AI, so their revenue from subscriptions could go down.
Exactly. But ServiceNow believes that in the long run, this shift to AI will actually lead to more overall platform usage.
Okay, so they're thinking bigger picture.
Right. They're betting that as businesses get more comfortable with AI, they'll find more ways to use it in their operations, which would then drive up consumption and ultimately their revenue.
So they're saying even if companies need fewer user licenses, they'll be using the platform more overall.
That's the idea. And they're not just sitting back and hoping it works out. They're actually investing heavily in their infrastructure to support this potential growth.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they're expanding their data centers, they're partnering with public cloud providers, they're preparing for a future where AI is everywhere in business.
It's like they're building the foundation for this AI-powered future.
Exactly. But of course, we can't forget about the competition.
Right, yeah, there's always competition.
The enterprise software market is super competitive, and there are always new players coming in.
What kind of competition are we talking about?
Well, some of these new companies are offering very specialized AI solutions that could potentially take away some of ServiceNow's market share.
So they're not just competing with the big guys, they've got to watch out for the little guys too.
That's right. It's a dynamic landscape, and ServiceNow needs to stay agile to stay ahead.
Okay, so we've heard a lot about ServiceNow, both good and bad.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to our listener. You're listening to this, trying to figure out if you should buy, sell, or hold ServiceNow stock. What's the bottom line?
Well, there's no easy answer. It really depends on your individual situation. Your risk tolerance, your investment goals, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are you looking for a quick profit, or are you in it for the long haul?
Right. And how much risk are you comfortable with? Because ServiceNow is definitely a bet on the future of AI.
Absolutely. If you believe in the potential of AI to revolutionize businesses the way ServiceNow does,
Yeah.
then this could be a really great investment. But you gotta weigh the potential rewards against those risks we talked about.
So it's not a slam dunk either way.
Not really, no. This is where you, the listener, need to do your own homework.
Right, we're just giving you a starting point here.
Don't just take our word for it or any analyst's word for it. Go deeper, read those reports, look beyond the headlines, and ask yourself the big question.
Which is?
Does ServiceNow align with your vision of the future? Do you believe in their strategy?
That's a great question to think about. And remember, this is just a starting point for your research.
We're here to empower you, to give you the knowledge you need to make informed investment decisions.
Knob is power, right?
Exactly, especially when it comes to investing.
I think it's really interesting how ServiceNow is approaching this whole AI thing. It's like they're trying to walk this tightrope between their existing business model and this new AI-powered future.
Right. It's like they're acknowledging that, yeah, in the short term, AI agents might actually take the place of some of those traditional subscriptions.
Exactly. Like if a company can automate a bunch of tasks with AI, well, they might not need as many human users on the platform. So that could mean less revenue for ServiceNow, at least for a little while.
Yeah, it's a balancing act for sure. But they're not just sitting back and letting it happen, right?
Definitely not. They're betting that this whole shift to AI is actually going to lead to more people using the platform overall.
So fewer users, but more usage.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, maybe you need fewer seats at the table,
Uh-huh.
but everyone's ordering a whole lot more food.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
They're saying, yeah, maybe you need fewer licenses, but you're going to be using the platform so much more that it'll all balance out in the end.
And to make that happen, they're really investing in their infrastructure, right?
Oh, yeah, they're going all in on this, expanding data centers, partnering with cloud providers. Like, they're building this whole foundation for a future where AI is just everywhere in business.
The bold move, for sure.
But I think it also shows that they're not afraid to adapt, to change with the times, which is probably a good sign for investors, right?
Absolutely. They're not just clinging to the old ways of doing things, they're trying to anticipate what's next.
And that's what makes this whole story so fascinating, right? We're watching a company right in the middle of this massive tech shift, figuring it all out in real time.
It's like a case study in how AI is going to change the entire enterprise software landscape.
And for anyone listening who's thinking about investing in this space, understanding these dynamics is crucial.
It's not just about ServiceNow, it's about seeing the bigger picture, how AI is going to impact everything.
And that's what we're all about here, right?
Yeah.
Giving you the information you need to make smart decisions.
Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to investing.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So that wraps up our deep dive into ServiceNow. Hopefully you learned something new today, something that will help you with your own research and your own investment journey.
And if you did, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive.
We're always exploring new topics, new trends, always trying to bring you the most up-to-date information we can.
So until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and thanks for joining us.
See you next time.